this, I swear he did. Nard knows, bring the story to the visual. Global, kick it with the athletes, good promo. Dope show, listen while you working. Speaking with a purpose, subscribe now, don't keep scrolling. Catch him on the web like Toby. Nard knows, inspire weed like Kobe. Nard knows, Mamba mentality potent. From the streets of Detroit to TV. Nard knows. Yeah, Nard knows. Yeah, Nard knows.
All right, welcome to another episode of Nard Knows. Thank you for joining once again. I got another star-studded episode coming at you all the way from overseas. We're bringing an overseas drip this week again, and ain't nobody more drippy than my guy, Jarvis McClam. What's going, my guy?
What's up? What's up, man? Glad to be back on the channel. Glad to be back, man. How you
Oh,
been?
I've been great, man. I've been great, even more so watching you just catapult through your career, man. Like when you were with Cologne, and now you about to start a new chapter with the Sea Devils, Hamburg Sea Devils, man. And a lot of good players have come and gone through the Sea Devils, and now they got a even greater player for sure, special player in yourself. But we got to talk about it, man. The team behind you with number 5, that
What's
guy
up?
in that black and white, man. What happened?
I mean, it's all over the internet right now. Basically, they have released Christian Strong, my quarterback. And I just didn't like the way they handled the situation. Nothing that's bad to say about the players or anything, still a great organization, but the way they handled it, I just didn't like it, and I just felt like I had to go too, man.
So for those of you who've been living under a rock, Jarvis and the Raiders were on a roll in the middle of the season. My dude having a monster season, and then he out of there. He
Yeah,
out of
man.
there. And so Christian Strong was your quarterback back when you were with Cologne, and obviously you have a tight bond. Um, so when did you hear about it? And then, what was your first reaction? And then what led to everything you just said?
I first heard about it. Well, we first heard about the rumblings probably probably week 6 maybe. But we didn't pay no mind because we've been overseas. We know how it goes.
Mhm.
We're basically veterans over there. So, and then week 8 come around, we had a feeling something was going to happen, but I'm like, hey, bro, whatever happens, it happens. And then I really don't want to get back into much of the detail, because I'm in a new situation now.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I just felt like it was the right thing to do just to leave. But I'm glad everything happens for a reason. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened. It's a new year. And I'm glad to be with the Hamburg Sea Devils, man. It's a
Uh,
new slate for me, man.
and we definitely gonna touch on that for sure. What were some of the relationships that you did make? Because you did have a documentary, which was, I would say, well done, for sure. Great job on that. Whoever your team is, shout out to them.
So
But my man's he pre-gaming, got his shirt off. He's singing Rihanna to all types of songs. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what mood he in. But how big was it to be that involved with the community out there?
it was actually great, man. The Raiders fans and the people of Innsbruck, they're just real down to earth people. They treat you like family day one. They want you to be there. They want you to succeed. The fans were amazing every single game. I'm signing autographs. I'm feeling like I'm in the NFL, man. I'm like, oh man, I love this. But it was just great to be out there. And I always stay loose for pregame. I gotta listen to any type of music that's on shuffle. So if I'm feeling it, I'm grooving to it. So man, that's just me, dog.
One more question about your time with the Raiders. What were some of just the highlight moments? Obviously, you made a ton of plays up until your shocking departure, but what was the camaraderie like with your teammates?
It was good, man. Everyone they helped me out. I helped them out. And this honestly, like I'll talk about Sandro Platzgummer. He's one of the funniest players ever. And also he played in the NFL, so you would think most NFL guys are like stuck up and stuff like that. But Sandro, man, he's my dog, man. So the camaraderie was always good, but me and Christian, we just stayed out the way really because we're older players. So
Mhm.
we really didn't go out no more. We just chilled in our rooms. But other than that, everything was fine, man. Camaraderie was good.
And so, up until that point, how did you stay prepared once you decided to, part ways mutually with the Raiders, how did you stay mentally sharp so that way a team like the Sea Devils, obviously they put on the tape and they be like, oh yeah, we want this guy. But off the field, I'm sure they really want to know where you were mentally after something like that.
I mean, yeah, after the whole situation went down, it was kind of like a stale point. I didn't have no offers, no nothing. I guess teams were scared of what would happen if I joined their team and stuff like that. But the Sea Devils, they took a shot on me, and I'm glad they did. But really, I just stayed focused, stayed in the gym, honestly. Um, just been in the gym
Mhm.
constantly. And then my film speaks for itself, to be honest. But only had 8 games, and I didn't even make a highlight tape this year. So that proves something. So yeah, man.
I'm here, bro. I'm here, and I was tuned in every week, man. Because I have grown to have a nice amount of relationships with people in the ELF, and you especially one of the early relationships that I built during my time in this journey that I'm on with this platform. But uh, I want to see what Jarvis gonna do this week. I want to see what he gonna do, man. He lined up against who this week? Oh, I gotta see it, bro. And every time you did not disappoint, man. Like it seems like you still have the joy and the passion and what keeps that fire burning for you?
Honestly, just I love football, but I hate it at the same time. So
Hmm.
it's a love and hate relationship. Some days I'm like, I gotta do this. But other days it's like I just love it, man. It's just still having the feeling as a kid. Every time the ball is in the air, I'm like, I'm ready. As soon as the game time, I'm ready. So that's and scoring touchdowns keeps me going. If I
Hmm.
score a touchdown, it's like, all right, let's go. Let's get another one. I'm lit. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man.
Man, that's what's up, bro. And I'm definitely for sure dialed in moving forward to this new team. What are some of the things that you're excited about that you see in this new environment?
Um, I mean, everyone knows that the Sea Devils, man, they're a championship organization. The first 2 years that the ELF has been here, they've been to the championship. So everyone knows they have what it takes. They have the players to go to the championship almost every year, you know. But it's just an O for O, man. Hamburg,
Hmm.
man. It's one of the
Hmm.
biggest cities in Germany, and I'm glad I'm playing for a big city. So that means more fans, bigger stadiums, bigger rivals. You know, we got the Rhine Fire, Frankfurt. You know, all those big teams, Paris. You know, so I'm just excited for it, man. I'm excited.
A lot of new faces in old places, and a lot of old players in new places, and you're in the mix of that. Do you pay attention to the free agency and who goes where?
I mean, of course, man. You really can't miss it because like before I was signed, I was like, man, I hope someone pick me up. And also, you want to play for a good team too. And it's like your friends that you meet, you play against, or same teammates. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You always want to see them go to different places too, or see if they're going to stay with the same situation, if it's a good situation or a bad situation. You know. And it's crazy. I was just texting Divine Buckram. He's a DB for Frankfurt Galaxy. I was like, hey, you better get ready this year, man. You better get ready. So we like to go back and forth like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man.
Bro, you get me hyped, dog. I can't get this hype right now, bro. I'm trying to host, man, because I
Yeah,
already know, bro. Like, it's some people where you hear them talk about football and you just like, yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
I hope you can do that, bro. I know you gonna do that, bro. Like, that's what got
Hey,
me.
man.
That's what got me hyped, man. Like, you show up and you produce, man. And so, with that being said, how can you say that when it comes to the mental, emotional, spiritual aspect of this journey? A player like you should be one of those franchise players, but here you are in a situation what happens to a lot of professional athletes where you kind of find yourself bouncing around a little bit for unforeseen circumstances. What have you learned about yourself in this new position that you're in?
I mean, that is change is okay, you know. Like change is okay. It's not just because it's new, it doesn't mean it's a bad situation for you. Just because it's not new, it's just a great situation for you. I feel like this will be the best thing for me. Just to take the time and chill and relax. And like, all right, you got out of the situation that was all right for you. Maybe this could be new for you. Maybe this could be bad for you. But I'm hoping and I'm praying everything is well. And so far, everything has been great with him, man. So I'm ready for the journey, man.
What was that initial contact like when you talk to the coaches, the owners, and maybe even some teammates?
It was very straightforward, man. They told me what they wanted. They told me they liked my film. And they told me about the situation that happened. They said it's a new year, it's a new slate. This is over, and this is where we are now, and then this is what we're gonna do. So I'm all in with them, man.
Your new quarterback or your new quarterback room. Tell me about him or them.
And Javarian, man, he a baller because he's a two-way player. He can throw the ball and he can run. So I never played with an American quarterback overseas yet. So this is gonna be my first time.
Mm,
For the people that don't know, Christian was Canadian. So you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be my first time playing with an American quarterback, and it's gonna be exciting to see what he can do on the field. You know, his first time in the ELF. Last year he was in the GFL, top quarterback in the GFL. So it's gonna be great to see him in the ELF. So I'm excited for that.
And that defense, you definitely got some big pieces there. How I mean, it's important when you're on offense. You definitely have to have a defense that's going to put you in position to be in a position to score or at least stop the other team. Because sometimes defense have to win that game for you. You probably won't even
Yep.
have to see the field, or they would probably prevent you from even being on the field.
Yep.
And so, how excited are you about this defense?
I mean, everyone knows the Hamburg defense. Right, they're good. Sometimes, I think last year they kind of took a dip last year, but they're still the Hamburg defense. They're strong up front, strong in the secondary, and strong in the linebackers. They're strong in all three phases of the field. So I'm really not worried at all. They're gonna do their thing, man. They're gonna do their thing for sure.
All right, man. So let's talk some tape, man, because
Let's get it. Let's get it.
you, like you said, man. You got a nice little highlight tape here, man. You ain't even played a full season, but it didn't take you that long to hit the end zone, bro. Like you start off in away game against the Munich Ravens, and talk about this play and the setup. They were lined up on the 30-yard line, 40-yard line. Talk about that. Does it make it
Yeah,
more?
that's the new rule they added. I think they took that from the USFL a few years back. So I guess it makes it safer. So I guess for me, I thought it was going to be easy because your guy's already in front of you. So I'm like, if you just hold your guy for 3 seconds, I can just, you know what I'm saying, just work.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it will be easier as a returner if the team holds their guys for 3 seconds and you see what happens, man. They make their good blocks and we out to running, man.
And in this one game, you had quite a few returns
Mhm.
for a touchdown. And what is that feeling like once you see that grass? Like, okay, I made enough people miss. Now it's just me in the end zone.
Man, the feeling is just don't get caught. That's the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't get caught, but it's still amazing, man. Just to so I'm finally getting it because I told my dad I was gonna return one the first game. I
Mm-hmm.
told him, and I fulfilled that promise to him, man.
And what did you see in a couple of these difference? Like, what are you looking at? Because it seems like you tend to obviously make quite a few people miss. And on the
Mhm.
touchdown that made the score 14-13, right before, like it was right in the middle of the first quarter. What did you
Mhm.
see, if you can remember? I'm sure you can remember that really helped you realize, okay, this one I'm taking to the house.
I think so the touchdown they kicked it to the far right. They kicked it to the far right, and the return was set up to go to the right. So I'm like, I bet we good already from the beginning.
Hmm.
So I'm running, and then I guess one of my teammates he missed the block, so I had to, uh,
Hmm.
and then come back across again, and then I'm out to the races. And then what's his name? Number 8. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but he just signed to Munich. He just
Uh,
signed to Munich, so he got the last block for me. I slowed down, and he just cruised to the end zone, man.
okay, okay. And then week two, and
Hmm.
you scored that touchdown. It looked like you ran like a post route. Talk about that first touchdown where you scored on the receiving end. And that was a nice catch too. That was a nice catch that you got up.
Still,
Yep. And they didn't
oh,
touch you, and then you ran it the rest of the way.
okay, got you. Honestly, they did touch me. So they called that down, but you know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
still put that up to show that I can still, you know what I'm saying? I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the refs might miss it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I'm aware of the game, so they did touch me, but it is what it is.
What?
Still got out though.
You did though, but you didn't do it in the number 5. What's the story behind that?
My jersey actually ripped, man. My
Uh,
jersey ripped, so they couldn't stitch it up in time. So I had to change the number 83. So number 83 to lost 83, man.
okay. And so next week, and it's just every week you making plays. Every week you making an impact against Barcelona, the Dragons. You catch that from looks like a shortstop route, and you took it the rest of the way. Talk about that play, man. That's all you at the end of the day.
Man, that was one of the best feelings ever because it was our first home game, man. The fans were live. We had fire coming out for the entrances. I'm like, hold up, this is different. I'm like, yo, I'm lit right now. So anytime I try to touch the ball, I'm trying to score. So I'm like, I bet the fans are here. I'm trying to have a party in the end zone. So I scored and I just hyped them up. I'm like, let's go, man. We lit. We out here. Let's go.
I saw that running behind the cheerleaders, bro.
Yeah.
Going crazy, man. Fan
Well,
favorite over here, man.
yeah, man. Got to put on the show, man.
What did you say to Christian after that throw?
I ain't say nothing, man. Because me and Christian, we've been doing it for a while. So, like we just got that chemistry. So he just walked to the sideline and played, good pass, bro. Good catch, man. Thanks, bro.
And you didn't stop there. In the second quarter, he threw it deep to you again in the seam.
Yeah.
And it's just like you're 10 times faster than these dudes.
Hey, man. Like I said before, I'm just trying not to get caught. And most people, they see I'm a bigger dude, right? But most of they think I don't have some burnings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm still fast at the end of the day. So, hey, man, to put the burners on.
Hey, you did though. That you did. And was that original route, or did you have an option to go stay in the seam, or did you have an option to break out, or was that just a straightforward route according to the play?
Yeah, that was a straightforward route. And as soon as I caught it, I just took it straight up. Yeah, that's a straightforward route.
And some people would say that, like you mentioned about your size, you could probably be in that Debo Samuels type of role where they put you in the backfield, but they trust you so much at wide receiver, they don't even try. So now you more so like an Anquan Bolden. And we've
Yeah,
had this
man.
conversation before. I've already compared you to him. But against right now, the Milano Seaman,
Yep.
you broke a couple of tackles and then took it to the house. Tell me what you were thinking. Obviously, don't get caught because I see you turning your head around and you didn't score, but that was a big play and a first down.
Hey, man. You see, I'm wearing long sleeves, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the hottest games we ever played. So I got the long sleeve on, dark visor. We wearing all black. I'm like, all right, bro. You catch this ball, just run as fast as you can. But the heat got to me, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to make it to the sideline, but I couldn't. He caught me, but it is what it is, man. Still a big play. Still produced a first down for the team, and we eventually scored that drive. So all is well, man.
Is any of these plays we just mentioned or any plays that we haven't mentioned that is your favorite play of the season?
Favorite play of the season, probably last game for me and Christian. Caught a touchdown from him to I think it was on the far end zone. It got tipped, and I still caught it, and I just spiked the ball down. So that was probably my best play because we had the feeling that we were out after that game. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that was my best one
Your
for the season, man.
your last hoorah to the fans.
Yeah, man.
Okay, okay. And how did Christian? Because I believe I never asked another player about another player, but I feel like I can trust your judgment when it comes to Christian. But obviously, he had a rapport with you. How did he, gel with the other receivers? Which I mean, he almost, from what it looks like, a potential MVP season.
I think he gelled pretty well. I feel like he shared the ball evenly as much as he could. Obviously, you're gonna take what's open, so I got the ball a lot. Sometimes I wasn't open, sometimes I was, but hey, I feel like he gelled pretty well with the other players. He was in meetings every day, early, stayed after, late sometimes in the gym. So personally, he gelled with them pretty good.
All right, well, a couple more questions for you, man. I appreciate you so much for your time, as usual, my dog.
Yes, sir.
Um, what can we look forward to on and off the field? More of the same, I'm sure, but what new can we expect with Jarvis McClam?
Ooh, I feel. I mean, I'm always play the same, man, but
Mhm.
probably off the field more stuff with probably branding, marketing, and stuff like that. Because I'm trying to do what you're doing, man. I'm trying
Mhm.
to get to that because I'm about to head on out, man. I'm on the last leg, so I'm trying to probably venture into that more. Maybe start working around the ELF office. Maybe I don't know. Um, but I'm really sure, man. I'm not really sure.
Okay, I'm on the outside looking in. When you say you on the last leg, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you younger than me, you way more athletic than I ever would have been, even in my prime. And here I am, I'm still playing recreational leagues, and you talking about you on your last league? What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm 29, man. You can't play forever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I told
Okay.
myself I'm not gonna be 30 years old playing football, so I'm gonna keep that promise to myself, man.
But why? You're great at it.
I know I'm great, but you still got life to live afterwards. Football is not the only thing, man. So
Fair
that's what I'm
enough.
trying to know. Make sure my body's still good. So yeah.
And I mean that's very mature of you to accept at 29 years old, where guys like Tom Brady, even though he is Tom Brady, he
Yeah.
couldn't give the game up, and he's about to be 50.
I mean, but what that is different for quarterbacks though, man. They don't have to run at all, really.
Hmm.
Especially
Hmm.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not running at all.
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
just paid to throw touchdowns. So it's
Yeah.
different. But I feel like if I was in the NFL, I'll probably still be playing for sure. But,
Hmm.
you're making the big money. You feel me?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot, man. I thank you so much for joining the show again, man. Really breaking it down and just updating us on what you've been up to. Any last thing that you want to touch on that we didn't bring up in this show so far?
Uh, Not really, man. But I did see the Jalen Embry episode. Shout out to my boy Jalen Embry. We played together at the Raiders, and we're gonna go against each other this year. So it's gonna be a good matchup, man. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to go against all my former teammates. So it's gonna be a good matchup. We had some battles in practice. He may have got me a couple times, but I'm always getting you feel me?
Hey, now that I have to say, that's that Maryland high school football versus Michigan high school football.
Mm.
That this is a question that just popped up. What makes Maryland players so special? Because I know what makes players from Michigan and specifically Detroit pop. But what about Maryland players that makes them set them apart?
We got that dog in us, man. We always gonna find a way. If something ain't working, we're gonna make it work, man. So it is.
Hey, well, you heard it here again for the second time around with my boy Jarvis McClam. He all over social media, so he gonna be tagged in everything. So once again, man, thank you so much, and once again, God bless you, bro. Thanks again for joining the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.